Alright, hey guys, this is the spreadsheet. As y'all probably seen if you're seeing this video, I showed you the spreadsheet for the Knights and Merchants speedrun page. This is primarily used to back up the runs should something happen, but also to help us to calculate the total time and total units lost for any percent runs in campaigns. And I should say also co-op campaigns, since if we want to go by category, we come here and we will eventually see these different ones as they come. But anyway, what I want to first do is, if y'all don't know how to run VBA code in here, what you have to do, and of course this is Microsoft Excel, go to File Options, Add-ins, no, not add-ins, Trust Center Settings, and then Macro Settings, which I already had selected, and then say Enable. Anyway, so that's how you get the code enabled to be able to use it. As you can see, I selected a row and all of a sudden it turns red and the text turns gold. And we go to the end, I have it so that it just colors the up through the end of the table and doesn't go off the page, which is not obvious. Took some extra coding skills and research to do this, but this is not something I learned today, but I did code it today. But anyway, alright, so that's one feature. So basically, once you enable the code like you just did, you need to save the Excel file, X out of it, then open it back up. And then when you do, an add-ins like this, an add-ins ribbon is going to appear in these three buttons. So what we're going to do is just try it out, because what this does, like I said, it calculates the total time and total units lost for any percent run for full campaigns. So you just select a row that is a campaign or a co-op campaign, and when you do, if that player, whether they finished it or not, I don't have it that it detects if a player has some missions to complete before they have the full any percent run, because we don't want to have them do this all in one sitting. That was in the rules. I thought that it would be best. So we just click on this. Once that row is selected, it's going to sum all the times for the Shatter Kingdom and Steam version, run type, and player name. And it says all that here, and it calculates the totals right there. And so basically it took longer. I mean, like, it took pretty long. If someone says like, oh, how long does it take to add 20 numbers together, you know, it should take less than a second, way less than a second to do that. Why did it take so long? Well, it actually had to take into account obsolete runs, because if we unfilter all columns so we get the full set again, which maybe I shouldn't have done because I wanted to show you something, but so let me just quickly go back to it. So it takes a little bit of time, but at the moment in time, I just wanted to show you this real quick, is that the total number of runs in view. This is another button. It shows you there's 20, just the number of what's called visible rows by Excel programmers, or just, I guess, people who are just know the term hidden and not, right? So that's a button there that might be useful. Let me unhide all the rows now, or lift all the filters, same thing. But the reason why it took so long, when I was trying to get to, is I have two columns hidden. One of them is going to be between these two. I'm going to unhide it. This is the obsolete run column. So this basically sounds like what it is, right? It's speedrun. So if a time is slower than another time for the same mission number, for the same game version, the same run type, and the same player, then that run is going to be obsolete. The faster run, the quicker run, is going to be not obsolete. So obviously no means that that run is currently the lowest run by that player, and so forth. And it's like, it's a hassle, right, to try to keep track of this yourself as you're inputting runs, as we have, like, we'll probably have several moderators in the future keep up with this. But if we just like I just cleared it all, right? And I'm going to run it again. Let's say for AGWP, for the Shatter Kingdom, even though he didn't finish it, we can run it and see what happens. So this is his current, we can call it progress. It's not really complete yet, but he has a total of 11 of the 20 missions complete. But if we come here, we see that obsolete runs is now filled in. All the runs that you see here are not obsolete, so they were all counted towards this total any percent. So if we unfilter all columns now, we can see that we have some obsolete runs for other types of runs. So the program, the reason why is because it does this. It calculates the obsolete runs for every single run in the sheet. So it does it pretty fast, I would say, based on what has to be done. So that is done automatically when you click on this. If for some reason y'all want me to make that a separate function to save you some time, I don't think it's really that much time for that to run, and it kind of helps you like to not forget by mistake if you want to calculate something like that. But I can make it a separate button up here if y'all like. And I put the numbers like this for the entry number in this format so that you can sort them from largest to smallest, because if you just had like a single digit 1, then it wouldn't consider that the least number for some reason or another. And I don't think there will be more than 10,000 runs in this game. I honestly don't think so. But if so, then we can just, you know, add a 0 placeholder to it later on. But one thing to mention is that I did do something for like user mistakes. If you select a row that it's not a campaign or a co-op campaign and you press this button, it's going to give you this error message. So I mean, it's very basic, but basically if it doesn't read one of those two for the category, then it won't. So like for me, for co-op nights campaign, it's the only co-op campaign so far on here on Speedrun. But I only have 2 missions in here, 10 and 11. So a total of 9 hours just for 2 missions. 5 hours and 3 minutes. That's something for 1 mission. That's me speedrunning it, mind you. That one I don't think I can really complete that much faster by myself. Maybe actually mission 11. Yes, I think I can. Maybe an hour faster. But not that one. No. Not that much anyway. Maybe 20 minutes tops. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about the sheet. If we want to add more functions in the future, if we want to do some more fancy stuff, or if for some reason y'all want me to program it so it'll automatically detects if someone has completed a campaign, I can do that. The problem is more campaigns are going to be constantly added, and I don't really know like if I'm going to be active with this as a mod for the speedrun page for a long enough time that when we finally get to add new campaigns at that time, that I'll be around to update this code and add more to it. So at the moment you can just click on a row and just like if the user didn't tell you or suggest that they have an any percent run, or they submit the total time, they sum all the times in their runs, and you want to just verify, then it's easy, then you know that they completed all the missions. But if not, you can always just click on a player and say calculate total time and just count how many missions they have done. And here we see that he has just, what was it? It was 12 runs in this campaign, which is quite a bit of them, but still not all of them. But that's just how it is at the moment. But if y'all want me to, I can most definitely program it to recognize the Shatter Kingdom, both the co-op, which doesn't have certain missions, as well as these. So that's just some ideas to throw out there. Oh, and lastly, let me say that, you know, we don't really need the obsolete run column visible. So I just keep it hidden. So that's why like it's hidden, because we don't need to really input anything. The program will do it for us. And also the other hidden column here is just calculated by an Excel formula. Just converts this into seconds because it sorts runs in order to decide which one is the shortest by seconds. So this column here can be hidden too because you don't really need to do anything with it. So that's why I have those two columns hidden, and it'd be great if they stay hidden.